So autism part 3. So now your child has screened positive for autism. Early intervention has been referred. What do you do next? So the next thing that happens really does vary state by state and county by county. But in general, you need a medical practitioner who has specialized training in the diagnosis of autism. That can be a psychologist, pediatrician, specialized nurse practitioner, psychiatrist, developmental pediatrician. Those are individuals right now that are licensed to do testing for autism in the United States. The testing really should require 3 things, and that is individual examination time with the tester and the child, because they need to actually observe these traits in an objective manner, and they do specialized testing and playing with the child to see how the child responds. Then there is parental questionnaires that are also done. Then there is also questionnaires and evaluations that are done if the child is in school or another daycare setting. So you really want to see the child in their most comfortable environment. If they have been in early intervention, they also get the input from the early interventionist. So when your child is referred out for testing, or if their general practitioner can do that testing, you really want to make sure that those things are occurring. Like everything, there's testing out there that's not good, right? So you really want to make sure that someone is being thoughtful and that you are getting testing that is evidence-based. There's 2 evidence-based tests now in the United States. There are some others, but these are the 2 basics, the ADOS and the CARS-2. ADOS is typically going to be done in younger children, CARS-2 in older children, but it can be done in younger children as well. There are some other tests, but those are the basics. So that's going to be your next steps if your child screens positive for autism. So now, what do you do if they're positive? We'll do these 2 together because we have so many other topics. If your child is given a formal diagnosis of autism, here is what likely happens next. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends a multidisciplinary approach after the diagnosis, and that is going to include genetic testing, which is really important. We need more information about the genetics associated with autism. Metabolic screening, such as thyroid testing and muscle enzyme testing. They need to be seen by an audiologist. They should have their vision screened, and they should also, if they haven't already, be screened by early intervention. An EEG or brain wave test is not necessary unless you have symptoms that the child is having seizure-like activities. At this point in time, that is the only testing that is recommended. There are some things that are still individual, in the middle of research, not approved for everyone, and so that is likely to change over time because that list is very different than it was even 5 years ago. If you have any questions, let me know.